Well, good morning. Texas Pond Bassmaster here. Hope you're having a great day, and I'm so glad that you could join us today. It is about 80 degrees. I've got my two favorite Army rod and reel combos. I've got me a Divine Swimmer tied onto my other one. I've got my little shallow crankbait tied onto this one. I'm back at this very small pond. I really do want to work my way back over to that other pond, but I'm going to wait till it gets a little bit lighter. So let's see how we do. Grab your rod. Let's go fishing. There's the bass. That shallow diving crankbait with the double treble hooks. It's a small bass, but it's a good way to start the day. We'll go ahead and let her go. As I was saying the other day, different crankbaits dive at different depths. This one is the 80 series from 6 Sense. It does have a rattle inside of it, and it is a 0 to 1 foot depth crankbait, so it only goes about a foot deep. Great for ponds because it doesn't go too deep to get hung up in all the moss or the grass that's on the bottom of ponds. They are not weedless. They will get hung up. I've only got about an hour to fish this morning, so I don't have a lot of time. But I do want to get a little bit of fishing in. As that crankbait goes back and forth like that, it's thumping. That's when that rattle. So it makes it, gives us some sound there. Those bass to come up and hit it. So I've got the 6 Sense Divine Swimmer, Texas rigged on a 3/0 hook, baby bluegill. I do not have the line stop or the slide weight on this setup here like I had the other day. Well, let's see how we do with this. This swim bait swims just like a fish under the water. It's got what they call a paddle tail. So it goes back and forth like this as it's in the water. The faster you reel it, the faster the tail moves. One more cast here. Then we'll move down. Well, I just picked up the one little bass right here. I want to get back over to this other area. There's a pond back there behind those trees. I haven't fished back there in a while. During one of the big storms we had, the big old tree had fell down and kind of blocked your path to get into there. But it's a beautiful morning for fishing. I caught one, so there's no skunk today. Just where that big willow tree fell down. From the storm. So this pond is pretty secluded. So this is that smaller pond I was talking about. It's kind of secluded because of that fallen willow tree. This pond does produce some bass. Brought a good friend of mine here one day and he caught a 2-pounder. So let's see how we can do today. I use my 6-inch Divine Swimmer. Oh, there was a hit. So I threw over underneath that tree. My camera keeps shutting down because of high heat, but I threw over there in that little notch, had a little bump, landed a fish, caught my very first bluegill. I've never caught a bluegill before. Look at that. That is crazy. So that would be my personal best when it comes to a bluegill. Go ahead and let her go. She is beautiful. There's a fish. Yeah, buddy. Looks like we're gonna have ourselves a bass. Now the challenge is getting it through all this stuff. I do have rubber boots on. I always wear rubber boots when I'm fishing, because you just never know. A nice little bass. So that's a nice little bass. Caught her on the 6-inch Divine Swimmer, baby bluegill color. We'll go ahead and let her go. I just caught another small bass. She's kind of deformed here. On the 6-inch Divine Swimmer. I'm gonna go ahead and let her go. Well, that's 2 bass and a bluegill out of this pond this morning. That last one that I just caught wasn't on video, but it was right here in the scum area. Every time I was reeling across that, it would pop, but eventually got that bass. I wasn't sure if it was a bass or a baby bluegill, but it ended up being a bass. She had a little deformity in her tail. Could have been from an injury when she was smaller. She was strong for her size. There's a fish. Yeah, got that one. Maybe, yep. Another bass. There's another bass. I'm gonna have to get my pliers to get that out. She's got it choked down in there pretty deep. Well, there you go. There's another bass. She's pretty. Go ahead and let her go. All right, I gotta make my way out of here. I've got about 15 more minutes of fishing. Do I have a fish? I threw out and I laid my pole down to change my GoPro battery, and I picked it up and there's a fish. I don't believe this. Looky there. That's a nice one too. That's the biggest one I've caught today. Oh my gosh, would you look at that? I cast out there and I laid my pole down because my GoPro battery died, and I swapped batteries. I picked up my pole, started reeling in, and there's a fish on it. She is a beauty. Let's get her weighed. Get over here to my backpack. I cannot believe that. That is total awesome. I think I'll weigh her and call it a day. That is pure luck. Man. Man, oh man. Let's get her weighed. I think she's probably a good 2-pounder. Scale is zeroed. Let's see what we got here. 2 pounds, 6 ounces. 2 pounds, 6 ounces. That is the biggest bass I've caught out of this pond. She is a beauty. I'm gonna go ahead and let her go. Well, as you can see, it was a good day of fishing. I caught a small bass on a crankbait in that upper pond. And then I worked my way back here to this more secluded pond, and I caught several bass here and a bluegill, my first bluegill ever. The last fish I caught, I was chunked out there with that 6-inch swim bait, the Divine Swimmer bluegill color. And my battery died on my GoPro, so I laid my rod and reel down. It was released because I just threw the bait. And so I swapped out my battery in the GoPro, picked up my rod and reel, locked it in, and started reeling, and there she was, 2 pounds, 6 ounces. If that ain't luck, I don't know what is. Maybe I need to go get me a lottery ticket. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like the channel, please subscribe. I do appreciate your support very much. This is the Texas Pond Bass Master. Get out there and go fishing. Tie lines, everybody, and we will catch you later.